Thank the American people for the extraordinary honor of being elected your 47th president and your 45th president. And every citizen, I will fight for you, for your family, and your future. Every single day, I will be fighting for you, and with every breath in my body, I will not rest until we have delivered the strong, safe, and prosperous America that our children deserve and that you deserve. This will truly be the golden age of America. That's what we have to have.
This is my video update on this Wednesday afternoon, November 6th, coming to you from Limassol, Cyprus. Let's talk about some news. And the big story is, of course, the U.S. elections and the victory of Donald J. Trump, the 47th president of the United States of America. What do you guys think? Red wave? Can we say this was a red wave? I think we can. Trump won big. The Republicans won the Senate, and it does look like they're going to control the House. At least that is the trajectory of things at the moment. So a very big win for the Republicans, a very big win for Trump. The American people, they have voted against another 4 years of Biden, Obama, Pelosi, identity politics, wokeness, endless wars, open borders, a terrible economy. They said no more. The American people said no mas, enough. Enough. And Donald Trump, he is going to be in the White House very soon, and he has a lot of work to do. He has a lot of work to do because the world is a complete mess. 4 years of Biden, and things are crumbling, not only in the United States, but around the world. So Trump, he needs to get to work, and he's got a lot of fixing to do. Let's see if he can do it. Let's see what Donald Trump is going to do now. He has a good team around him, so I'm hoping for the best. But we will see. We will see. Second chances do not come around that often. So this is a very important second chance, not only for Trump, but for the U.S. and for much of the world to make things right, to get to some sort of peace and stability in the world after 4 years of complete chaos and incompetence. No more Bidenopolis, man. We're done with Bidenopolis. No more Professor Biden. It's a sad day. It's a sad day. I have a couple of more months left of Bidenopolis, Greece's favorite son, but it looks like that one's going to be retired. That was a good one, too, Bidenopolis, Greece's favorite son, I must admit. Professor Biden was also very good as well. The evil genius, Biden. Biden, the evil genius. Oh, man. So Trump, the big winner. The team around him, everyone around Trump, big winners. Elon Musk, big winner. Tulsi Gabbard, big winner. RFK Jr., big winner. J.D. Vance, the Vice President of the United States of America, huge winner. Who else? Everyone around Trump, everyone who supported Trump, who acted as campaign surrogates, Vivek Ramaswamy, so many people involved in the Trump campaign. People from all sides of politics, left, right, center, with different views and different ideas, but they came together and they worked for a common purpose, and it paid off. So they are big winners, without a doubt. And they're going to have to work very hard for America and for the world. And for the world, because, as I said, the world is a complete freaking mess. And who else? Who else is a big winner? Let's see here. Let's talk winners and losers, everybody. Who else is a big winner from yesterday's results? I'll tell you who's a big winner. I'll tell you who's a huge winner. The evil genius, Joe Biden. Big winner. Yeah. Now Biden can say, I told you so, right? You know that Biden, Dr. Jill, Hunter, Biden, big winners, because they didn't want to drop out. Obama, Pelosi, Schumer, Clinton, they forced Biden to drop out of the campaign. I believe Biden would have lost, but he wanted to run. He wanted a second term. Dr. Jill definitely wanted a second term. Hunter definitely wanted a second term. And I believe Trump said that he's not going to go after Biden, or he's to go after Hunter Biden, or he's going to pardon Hunter Biden. I don't know. He said something like that. At least I remember him saying something about Hunter Biden. But yeah, they can now say, told you so. You shouldn't have removed us. You should not have coup d'etat us. We would have done better than Kamala. They can make that argument now. Of course, the evil genius known as Professor Biden, as Bidenopolis, he did quite a good job sabotaging Kamala Harris. Every chance he got, he was sabotaging Kamala Harris. The evil genius that is Biden, helped along by Dr. Jill and Hunter, of course. Yeah. You know, the Obama, the four families, Pelosi, Obama, Schumer, and the Clintons, the four families, when they got together and finally decided that it was time for Biden to go, they came to that decision too late. Without a doubt, they came to that decision too late. They should have told Biden to leave a year and a half ago, before the primaries. But anyway, they decided eventually that it was time for Biden to go. They came to an agreement, the four families. And when they swapped out Biden for Harris, they should have made Harris the president. Yeah. They made her run as an incumbent without actually being the incumbent. An impossible situation, if you ask me. She would have lost either way, even if she was president. She would have lost, but at least you could have made her president, and she could have run as the incumbent president, with the media, with the collective West media, always supporting Kamala Harris, saying she's the first woman president. Let's give her 4 years. Let's see what she can do. You can't vote against the first woman president. They could have run with that narrative, and she would have run as an incumbent. But instead, you made her an incumbent without actually making her an incumbent. At least she would have had 4 or 5 months as president. Yeah, she would have had all of the failed policies of Biden, but at least she would have had policies. Yeah, she had a failed track record of 4 years, but at least it's a track record. Instead, you made her run with nothing. Her entire campaign was based on what? Joy. Joy, and then it switched to anger. Right? It started off as joy, and then it turned into anger, and then it just turned into just a bumbling mess. No message at all. Right? So that was their mistake. And if they had run Kamala, if they had made Kamala, the four families, if they made her president, then Biden would not have stuck around. And you wouldn't have had Biden sabotaging you. And you would not have Biden making comments like half of America is garbage, or whatever he said the other day, right? You could have told Biden, go to Delaware, retire, or go to Ukraine, wherever all your money is at. Go somewhere, retire, and leave us alone. Instead, you had Biden floating around, sticking around. If you're going to commit to a coup, commit, man. Commit, go all the way, all the way. Instead, they opted for this hybrid model, right? Kamala's going to be the candidate, but Biden will remain as president. Hybrid models never work, man. It never works. So that was their big mistake. And so Biden stuck around, and Dr. Jill stuck around, and Hunter stuck around, and they said, ooh, we're gonna get our revenge. You better believe it, we're gonna get our revenge. The way you made us drop out of the campaign, we're never gonna forget it. You made us drop out with an X post, with a Twitter post. Are you kidding me? You made my father drop out via Twitter post? You made my husband drop out of the campaign with a Twitter post? Oh, are we going to get our revenge? I'm kind of half joking, kind of not. I'm just joking, YouTube. Oh, man. Yeah. And so they got their revenge. They came out the big winner. Biden comes out the big winner. You know who else comes out the big winner? I'll tell you who else comes out a winner. Kamala Harris. Yeah, Kamala Harris. You won. How did you win? How did you win, Alex? How can you be saying that Kamala Harris comes out a winner? I'll tell you how. Because she's a terrible politician. She's not good at it. She was in way over her head. I don't think she really wanted it. I don't think she really wants it. If you want my honest opinion, she's in way over her head. She's a terrible politician. She's just not good at it. She's just not a good politician. She's not good at interviews. She's not good at campaigns. It's just not her thing. She'll be much better off. She'll be much happier with some sort of gig at CNN or MSNBC or something like that. So she's free now to find her love in life, what she's good at. She's free to pursue that. So she comes out a winner, in my opinion, right? And her husband comes out a winner, Doug Einholf, or whatever his last name is. He comes out a winner because no one wants to be the first gentleman in history. Do you know what I mean? The second first gentleman, the third first gentleman, that's fine. That's good. That's cool. But you don't want to be the first gentleman. No one wants that honor, that title. Let someone else do it first, and then you can come along later and you could be the second first gentleman. You could be the second first gentleman. You could be the third first gentleman, the fourth first gentleman in U.S. history. But no man wants to be the first gentleman. That's just, you don't want that. You don't want to go down in history as that. So he comes out a winner, right? He comes out a winner. You know who else comes out a winner? I'll tell you who else. Viktor Orban. Viktor Orban, my man, he comes out a big winner. Boy, Orban, man, he is winning. Orban is just stacking up W's. I mean, he's just stacking them up. He is winning so much over the past couple of years. It's just win after win after win. Winning with his stance on Project Ukraine, winning with his stance against the European Union, and now he won with his call of supporting Trump. Because Orban, he bet it all on Trump. He bet it all on Trump. The only leader in the European Union, maybe with Fico, but Fico wasn't really talking much about Trump. Fico, he stepped back a bit as far as supporting Trump. But Orban, he went all in. He went all in with his support of the Don. And it's going to pay off big time. It is going to pay off uber super big for Orban. Big winner, Viktor Orban. Who else? How about Nigel Farage? Yeah, I think you could say Farage comes out as a winner. He's friends with Trump. He supported Trump. He's going to be the man in the UK who can say, I told you so. I told you, everybody, that we should support Trump. Now he's president of the United States, and I have his ear. I'm the guy that he talks to. Big winner, Nigel Farage. Now let's go to the big losers. Let's see, the big losers. Who do you guys think were the big winners? And get creative. Let me know. Who do you think won really big with this Trump victory? Independent media. Let's not forget about independent media. They won big. They won very big. So the big loser, mainstream media, right? Mainstream media, their narrative was not policy, not talking about Kamala's policies, her economic policies, her foreign policies, because there were none. There were none, right? So what did they rely on? Lies, gaslighting. Everyone's a racist. Everyone's a fascist. He's Pol Pot, Stalin, and Hitler all rolled into one. So you cannot vote for him. You must not vote for him because he's all of these evils in one person. And American citizens, American voters, they didn't buy any of it. So the mainstream media is exposed. Their influence, no more. Alternative, independent media was the independent media that really came out for Trump, right? Of course, Elon Musk. There's no reason for me to say that Elon Musk was a big winner, but X is a big winner. The other platforms are big losers. X comes out positioning themselves as free speech. Rumble positions itself as free speech. The other platforms, censoring, banning people. Yeah, X is not perfect. X is not perfect. I know that. But the perception and they do have the free speech leaning. They could do better, sure, but they come out big, and the big losers are the other big tech. They're the big losers. That's why you see someone like Zuckerberg all of a sudden becoming a libertarian, right? He's become this cool libertarian guy. He's growing his hair out. He's acting like a cool libertarian. He's got some cool jewelry on, and he's America First libertarian, Zuckerberg. Don't believe any of it. Don't believe one bit of it. Zuckerberg, his advisors, they saw the writing on the wall, and they said, yeah, you need to change your image, Mark. You can't be viewed as the guy that censors and bans people and removes accounts and supports the woke ideology. You need to change. You can't be the globalist woke ideology CEO anymore who's palling around with Obama. No. You need to change. You need to be cool, Mark the libertarian. Yo, bro, I'm Mark Zuckerberg. I surf and I'm the libertarian cool guy. America first. Don't buy any of it, man. It's an act. Bezos saw the writing on the wall. That's why he wrote that article, that opinion piece in the Washington Post the other day, right? The media is failing, Bezos says, including the Washington Post. People don't trust us anymore. Who are you kidding, Bezos? We know why you wrote that article, because you could see the writing on the wall. So yeah, the other big tech, I don't know how Trump's going to deal with them. He should have dealt with them in his first term. He has a second chance to deal with them now, and he has Elon Musk by his side. But Trump has to find a way so that free speech, no matter what, it can't be played around with in the United States. Don't forget what John Kerry said a couple of weeks ago, or about a month ago. John Kerry, don't forget what he said at the WEF forum that was taking place after the UN General Assembly. Kerry said that free speech is a problem. Kerry, globalist, dialed in, super duper uber globalist, right? Free speech is a problem, and as globalists, we're going to need to deal with free speech. So what Trump has to do, and I imagine Elon Musk is going to be helping him on this, I hope, I don't know. Let's hope. He's going to have to figure out a way to make it so that free speech can never be touched again. Doesn't matter if a Democrat wins, doesn't matter if a Republican wins, doesn't matter. You got to make it so that free speech cannot be messed around with. I don't know how you do it, but one idea is to make it so that a platform, any type of platform, social media, AI, I don't care, whatever, any type of platform, if they ban people, then they lose that platform status. Section 230 is enforced and they become publishers. Something like that. So you're not telling the business they can't, they don't have a right to do business and they can't exist. No, you can do business. We're not going to mess around with your company. You can do business, no problem. But if you start banning people, Section 230 kicks in and you're no longer a platform and you're a publisher. And being a publisher means you have all kinds of legal issues that you're going to have to deal with. You can remain as Facebook, you can remain as Facebook, but you're now Facebook the publisher instead of Facebook the platform. Something like that. I don't know. I'm just spitballing ideas here. But yeah, big losers are the mainstream media, big tech, Hollywood. Hollywood. Big losers, Hollywood. Oh boy, big losers. Lady Goo Goo Gaga. Radio Goo Goo Gaga. Lady Gaga, big loser. Harrison Ford. Man, Harrison Ford is taking a lot of L's. What a shame. Such a great actor. And now he's just taking L after L after L. Took an L in Star Wars with the way they killed Han Solo. Took an L with the final Indiana Jones, the way they mocked Indiana Jones and made fun of him. And then his endorsement of Harrison Ford, big L. Will Ferrell, what a big L, that guy. That guy was singing songs about Harris, all of Hollywood, Beyonce, J-Lo, George Clooney, who wrote the letter before they removed Biden. Clooney, all these guys in Hollywood, big freaking L, man. Oh, that feels so good to see Hollywood taking such an L. But, you know, they got paid, or they're going to get paid, or they got paid, and they don't care. They're actors. They do their job. They say whatever they're paid to say, and then they move on. So anyway, Hollywood. Big losers in all of this. Obama, Pelosi, Schumer, Clinton's, big L's. You know, I think we can say, check this out. I think I'm the first person that's going to say this. Trump, you can make the argument that Donald Trump, he put an end to the Bush legacy. He put an end to the Clinton legacy. And you can now make an argument that Trump has put an end to Obama and the days of Obama, the Obama legacy. I think you can make that argument. Bush, Clinton, and Obama. Because with this loss, Obama has taken a huge L. The last couple of weeks, he went to bat hard for Kamala Harris, and then we all know his involvement in removing Biden, getting Biden to step aside. He's taking a huge L, Obama. A massive, huge L. Now, of course, he's worth hundreds of millions, so he's going to go back to his big mansion in Martha's Vineyard or wherever it is, and he's gonna live a very comfortable life, but he's not as powerful as he once was. So Obama has taken a huge L, Clinton L, Pelosi L, she's taken a loss, Schumer, all of these guys. You know who else? And their coup failed. The whole idea failed. Their whole freaking idea of Kamala and Biden, as I explained earlier, was a complete bust. You can't fool people all of the time. You can fool them some of the time, but you can't fool them all of the time. Cheney, Dick Cheney, Liz Cheney, big losers. Liz Cheney, she wanted in the Harris administration, you know it. That's what she was angling for. A big time position in the Harris administration. Ain't gonna happen. Liz Cheney taking a big L. You know who else? Probably the biggest L of them all, at least in Europe. Keir Starmer. Keir Starmer. Oh my God. Bro, Keir Starmer. You're taking a huge loss on Ukraine. You could have pulled back from Ukraine after Rishi Sunak. You could have said, Rishi Sunak bet big on Ukraine, but as the new Prime Minister of the UK, I'm going to focus on the UK, and I'm going to start to move away from Project Ukraine for the good of the country. That could have been your position. I mean, it was an open goal, Keir Starmer. It was an open goal waiting for you. But nope. You decided to go even more into Project Ukraine. You wanted Zelenskyy there at your first cabinet meeting. You were hugging Zelenskyy. You were smelling that Zelenskyy number 5. You were becoming intoxicated. Oh my God, that Zelenskyy number 5 smells so good. Give him more money. Give him more weapons. We don't have any more weapons, Mr. Prime Minister. I don't care. I need more of that Zelenskyy number 5. Yeah, and your bet on Project Ukraine has turned into a complete disaster. And what did you do after Project Ukraine? What did you do? You bet on Harris, and you bet on Harris big time, man. Big time. You bet on Harris so much that you sent 100 freaking advisors. 100 advisors to the United States. Labor advisors. Your team, whatever, however the story goes. You were in on it. You knew what was going on. You had to have known what was going on. But 100 labor advisors to the United States to consult with the Harris team to try and get her to win. Oh, bro, you're taking a huge L, and the Trump team, the Trump campaign is suing you, they're suing the organization, CCHP or whatever it's called, that's connected with these advisors. Man, you are taking a huge L. You made an enemy of the 47th president of the United States, bro. Keir Starmer. Oh, Keir Starmer. Oh, man. Who else? The entirety of the European Union outside of Orban and Fico. All the EU member states, all the NATO member states, they bet big time on Harris. They bet big time, including the countries where I do videos from. The leaders of those countries bet big time on Harris. They didn't like Trump. They didn't want Trump. They were losing sleep at night that Trump might win. Trump is going to be bad for Europe. Trump is going to allow Putin to march all across Europe. Trump is a Putin puppet. Trump is a Xi Jinping puppet. Trump is an authoritarian, a dictator. That's what all of the EU member states, the leaders, the kleptocrats in Brussels, the Van der Crazies, the Joseph Borrells. That's what they were saying about Trump. We can't let it happen. The Mark Buttes, the Rutte Buttes, that's what they were saying. The Stoltenbergs about Trump. He's awful. He's terrible. Yep. You guys are taking a big L. A big L. Well, maybe not Stoltenberg. Actually, I take that back. Stoltenberg actually kind of liked Trump in a way, because Trump got the other NATO member states to put in money into NATO. So who knows? Maybe Mark Rutte, maybe he could find common ground with Trump. Though I don't think so. I just look at the two men, and they're complete opposites, man. They're like night and day, Rutte and Trump. But man, the EU is taking a big L on this one. They made an enemy of Trump, and they made it known to the public. They didn't hide it. We don't want Trump as president. They didn't hide it, the European Union. We want Harris. They were very open about it. Every country in the European Union was very open about their preference for Harris and their disdain of Trump and everything Trump stands for. And now they're going to have to deal with a Trump administration, the European Union, a weak, demilitarized, deindustrialized, in recession European Union is going to have to deal with a Trump White House. And the other big loser, you know who might be able to also find common ground with Trump? Macron. Macron is I think he'll be able to weasel his way, flip-flop his way into some sort of conversation with Trump. I think Macron might be able to find a way to not have Trump go so against France. I think Macron will be able to do it. He can flip-flop around and figure out his way to get along with Trump. But that's about it. That's it. Germany's in big trouble. The UK, big trouble. The EU, big trouble. All the countries in the EU, big trouble, with the exception of Hungary. Hungary and Slovakia. Maybe Poland with a different government, because Trump does have a soft spot for Poland. But Tusk saw this coming. That's why he said the other day, the EU doesn't need the United States. Tusk was worried about Trump when he made that statement. That was a dumb statement for Tusk to make. The EU doesn't need the United States. We can figure it out on our own. We don't need the US to provide security for us. Yeah, right, Donald Tusk, Prime Minister of Poland. Give me a break. The European Union is nothing without the United States, especially now. Maybe 10 years ago, 20 years ago, you can make the argument that the EU had some agency, some sovereignty, but now the EU is nothing without the United States, man, nothing. But yeah, that was not a good comment for Tusk to make. Because what Trump can say is, okay, so you guys don't need us for security? That's great. Is that true, Donald Tusk? You don't need us to provide security for Europe? Wonderful. We can take that money and divert it to the American people. All the money that we give to you guys, to you bureaucrats, kleptocrats. Anyway, the final big loser in all of this, of course you know who it is. Podolyak. Am I in trouble? Zelenskyy. Yeah, Zelenskyy. Big loser. Big loser. You know, Zelenskyy met with Trump a couple of weeks ago, had a nice private confidential conversation with Trump in New York. Allegedly, he told Trump, either Ukraine gets into NATO now or we're going to get nukes. But this was all confidential. And what does Zelenskyy do? He travels to Brussels a week later, and in front of all his Brussels pals, all his pals at the European Union, Zelenskyy says everything that he talked about with Trump. The entire conversation, he reveals it. I told Trump when I was in New York, either NATO now or we're going to get nukes. And Trump didn't say anything. And Trump said he agrees with me. And Trump said that's cool. Whatever Zelenskyy said, he threw Trump under the bus. Broke his confidence, revealed a confidential conversation that he had with Trump, made Trump look stupid. Let's be honest. He made Trump look stupid by saying that Trump agreed with everything he said. Really? Trump agrees that Ukraine should get nuclear weapons? Or he said that Trump said that's okay, or I understand, or whatever. So yeah, Zelenskyy completely threw Trump under the bus. You never reveal a private conversation that you have with another world leader. I mean, that is like diplomacy 101, bro. You never reveal the conversation, ever. But he revealed it in front of everyone. Like he announced it during a speech in front of everyone to the media because he wanted to make Trump look bad. Big mistake. So Zelenskyy tweeted out, he posted on X. This is what he posted. One sec, let me find it. It was a long post too. He said, congratulations to real Donald Trump on his impressive election victory. I recall our great meeting with President Trump back in September when we discussed in detail the Ukraine-U.S. strategic partnership, the victory plan, and ways to put an end to Russian aggression against Ukraine. And then it goes on and on. It's a pretty long post, but you can tell that Zelensky's panicking. That's why he wrote such a long post. The first person to congratulate Trump was Bukele of El Salvador. And his post was simple, straightforward, to the point. Congratulations to the President-elect of the United States of America, at Real Donald Trump. May God bless and guide you. Simple post. That's the post of someone who's confident and not panicking. A real leader, Bukele. Zelensky's post is huge. It's a huge post. That's the post of someone who's afraid and is panicking. And he knows why he's afraid and why he's panicking, because, yeah, he did Trump wrong, man. He did Trump wrong, Zelenskyy. Which is why Trump should stay away from Zelenskyy. The last time when he was president, he interacted with Zelenskyy, and we all know what happened, right? We all know what happened. The whole impeachment thing. Stay away from Zelenskyy. That's my advice to Trump. That is my advice to the 47th president of the United States. Dmitry Medvedev, he posted, Kamala is finished. Let her keep cackling infectiously. The objectives of the special military operation remain unchanged and will be achieved. Yeah, so my question marks on all of this as to what's going to happen now going forward. What's going to happen with the neocons? I don't know. There are rumors that Mike Pompeo is being considered. I don't think so, but I hope not. Lindsey Graham, stay away from the neocons, Trump. That's the best thing he can do for the world. Very simple. No neocons in your administration, then we have a very good chance at a stable, peaceful world. It's that simple. But Pompeo, in his administration, please no. That would be disastrous. That would be disastrous. And by the way, Pompeo has a ton of conflicts of interest, especially with Ukraine. From what I understand, he's on the board of Kyivstar, a big mobile company, and he can't serve in the administration, nowhere near the administration. And Lindsey Graham, don't listen to Lindsey Graham. Don't listen to any of his advice, anything he says. Keep far away from the neocons. But my question mark is the neocons. A successful Trump administration, at least foreign policy-wise, will depend on whether he allows neocons into his administration or not. That's the big question mark that I have. Russia, China, BRICS. How's he going to deal with these countries and the rising BRICS? I don't know. We'll see. The best thing he can do is pick up the phone and call Xi, call Putin and talk to them, right? Call Putin and tell Putin, how do we solve Ukraine? You don't need anyone else. You really don't. You don't need Europe involved. You don't need the UK. You don't even need Zelenskyy. Ukraine's going to do whatever you tell them to do, United States, Trump. So really, this is about Trump speaking to Putin, man to man, and two people that can make decisions. Putin can make a decision. Trump can take a decision. Zelenskyy can't make a decision. The European Union can't make a decision. They don't have any agency. But Trump has agency. Putin, he's ready to talk. He can make a decision, call him up, and figure it out. That's all that needs to happen, in my opinion. And it could be solved. Take a look. What the Trump administration should do is they should take a look at the document that Putin presented in 2021, October, November, December of 2021, where Putin outlines a way to get to stability in Europe, a security architecture for Europe. And Putin outlines it in this document. It's not perfect, and it's leaned towards Russia, obviously, but it's a starting point for negotiations, and Trump loves to negotiate. So that document is there. The Trump team can look at that document, use it as a foundation to talk to Putin, and go from there. It's very windy, so I hope the audio is okay. But yeah, he needs to pick up the phone and talk to these world leaders. Absolutely. Netanyahu, Iran, big question marks. I don't know. The other big news yesterday was the firing, since we're talking about Netanyahu, the firing of Gallant, his defense minister. That was big news. Obviously timed for the elections. Gallant says that he was fired. This is what Gallant says, that he was fired by Netanyahu because Gallant claims that he has a way to get the hostages back, but Israel's going to have to make some painful concessions, but concessions that they can absorb. That's what Gallant said. And if they do this, then they'll be able to get the hostages released. This is what Gallant said. I determine that it is possible to achieve this goal. It requires painful concessions which the state of Israel can carry and the IDF can bear, talking about hostages, in reference to hostages. That's the direct quote of Gallant. And he claims that he was fired because of his stance with concessions and getting the hostages released. Netanyahu claims that he had to fire Gallant because of a crisis of trust. They just can't trust each other anymore. The rumor was that they don't like each other and they were constantly arguing back and forth, Netanyahu and Gallant. But Gallant is also considered, at least this is what a lot of Israeli media sources are saying, that Gallant was considered the one person in Netanyahu's administration who was very close to the Biden White House. You see, Biden did not get along with Netanyahu. Netanyahu did not like Biden, even though Biden gave Netanyahu a blank check to do whatever he wanted. The two men did not like each other. But Gallant, from what I understand, at least what I read, he he was very popular with the Biden White House. I mean, they liked Gallant. That was their guy. And so maybe the firing is connected to Netanyahu's understanding that Trump's going to win this thing. So he needs to get rid of Gallant. He needs to get rid of any talk about releasing the hostages, so that so that Netanyahu can continue the conflict and continue to remain in power. And you get rid of the one guy that's very close to the Biden White House in preparation for a Trump administration. That's the reports about what happened yesterday with the firing of Gallant. And Katz is going to be the new defense minister, from what I understand. But yeah, that's a question mark. We'll see. You know, we've been getting mixed messages from Trump about Iran and Netanyahu and the Middle East. A lot of mixed messages. What's he going to do with Saudi Arabia? He has an excellent relationship with Saudi Arabia. How's he going to approach that? Some days he's talking about conflict with Iran. Other days he's making statements about no conflict with Iran, but they can't have nuclear weapons. So, I mean, we're going to have to wait and see. We are going to have to wait and see what his administration does in practice, in action. North Korea, that could be an interesting one, because he reached out to North Korea in his first term. Why not reach out to North Korea again? Why not? This time you don't have Bolton to sabotage you, right? So there are a lot of question marks, which we're just going to have to wait and see. Maybe Trump will surprise us. Maybe he won't. I don't know. But the time will tell. By the way, did you guys see the photo of Dr. Jill Biden voting? I don't know if this is a real photo. This is a real photo, but I don't know if this was taken on Election Day. That's what they're saying. This photo is from Election Day. She was going to vote, but maybe it's an older photo, so I'm not 100% on this. But if this was what she was wearing on Election Day as she was going to vote, well, then I think it says everything, doesn't it? It says everything. That Republican red outfit. Revenge is ours. That's what Dr. Jill is saying. If this photo is legit, if this is really what she wore the day of the election, revenge is ours. Anyway, one more story, and then we'll do a clown roll to wrap this video up. We are getting reports from Ukraine. Bezuglaya, the MP, the Ukrainian MP, Mariana Bezuglaya, who's talking a lot these days, claims that Zelenskyy is preparing to pull out of Kursk. Those are the claims. That Zelenskyy is leaving Kursk. The Kursk debacle is about to be complete with Ukraine military pullout from Kursk. If they can even pull out, who knows? Who knows? They're pretty trapped in Kursk. So the damage has been done. Tremendous amount of damage. Terrible idea. We know why Zelenskyy did it. Now we know why Zelenskyy did it, because the Russian Ministry of Defense has confirmed our reporting. 100%. We were saying that he did it to get to the power plant in Kursk. And yesterday, the Ministry of Defense, they said that the reason Zelenskyy went into Kursk was to try and capture the power plant. And it has turned into a horrific debacle for Ukraine. And it looks like Zelensky's on his way to removing whatever military he can remove from the catastrophe that is Kursk. Things are crumbling for Ukraine. Things are absolutely crumbling for the Zelenskyy regime. So let's do a clown world. We'll wrap this video up. This is a post from Financial Times reporter Gideon Rachman, who posted on X, "A usually reliable source tells me that the North Korean soldiers who have deployed to Russia have never had unfettered access to the internet before. As a result, they are gorging on prawn." Yeah, that's what they're gorging on, according to this Financial Times reporter. These reporters, these mainstream media guys, they don't know when to quit, do they? Wrong about everything. Posting all kinds of nonsense. Anyway, that's the video, everybody. Check out the photo of Nancy Pelosi. This is a meme that's going around. Nancy Pelosi on her phone talking about buying Tesla stock after the election results. That's funny. Buy some Tesla. Buy some Tesla. Trump's going to win. Elon Musk's stock is going to go up. Oh, boy. Anyway, that's the video, everybody. The Duran.locals.com. We are on Rumble, ODYSEE, BitChute, Telegram, Rockfin, and X. And go to Duran Shop, pick up some merch, like the t-shirt I am wearing today. 20% off. Use the code October20. That is October 20. Take care.